proud members of the Podbelly Podcast Network.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational. You can do it! But that just wouldn't be our style.
Welcome to Project Reclamation, where you rebuild, re-energize, and reclaim your life. Welcome back to another episode of Project Reclamation. Hello, friends. How's everybody doing today? We have a special episode. I'm at my childhood home in Santa Barbara, and I'm here with, my mother. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
There's Drew Frick right there. Can you get closer to the mic, maybe? All right. And my sister, Shannon.
Hello.
And her husband, Nick.
Hi.
All right. So, what's going on, everybody? We just ate a delicious breakfast. It was a weird, Tim's weird take on Loco Moco. It was like a fall Loco Moco.
It was delicious.
It was, what did I make? It was rice and ground beef, maybe turkey. We're not really sure. Some acorn squash.
There was meat in there.
There was meat of some sort. Paige is running around on the hardwood floor, so you might hear a little clicky. So, Mom, what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
I don't know. How was your week?
My week was good. We're still distance learning, so
How's that going?
Okay. It's going fine. It's going
Yeah?
fine. Yeah.
So you got the kids are just Zooming?
Kids are Zooming. We're all Zooming along, and right now we're still face-to-face. We're going to be distance learning until January 19th.
So do the kids turn their cameras on?
They're supposed to. We have some that keep turning them off, but they're all supposed to.
Without obviously no names here, but have you encountered anything strange in backgrounds of kids who turn their cameras on?
I have not personally, but yes, there have been a couple parents that didn't think about the fact that they were on camera when they walked in the back. Possibly not fully clothed.
Oh.
That was not me, but that was one of the other teachers.
That's hilarious.
That happened.
Hilarious. Well, that was like, what? You guys have to have heard the story about the woman who was on a Zoom call and she took her phone to the bathroom, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Did she end up getting fired? I think she did.
I don't know.
Oh, she was on camera?
Yeah. She left her camera on because I think she's probably used to. It was on her phone,
Yeah.
but she's probably used to it being a conference call.
Yeah.
So if you could probably just mute, but
Yeah.
she forgot that her camera was on. I had that happen to me a while back. I denied it. So if anyone that I used to work with a few jobs ago is listening, then I'm going to be on. Now you know who did it. It was me.
Why were you grunting a lot?
No, it wasn't that. No. So here's the deal. I had a Bluetooth headset in and I was on a conference call and my phone I was in the living room just sitting on the couch during the conference call. So I was on mute. So I walked to the bathroom, went number one, but apparently the Bluetooth earpiece I had in disconnected and reconnected while I was walking to the bathroom because I left my phone in the living room because I think it lost service. And when it reconnected, it wasn't on mute anymore. So then as I'm like, there's liquid falling into liquid and someone's like, is someone peeing? And I immediately was like, and then I just didn't say anything. And one of the other people on the call.
You can't mute yourself right then because then they'll know.
I couldn't because the phone is in the living room and I'm in the bathroom.
Oh, you can't mute on.
Well, you probably could, but this was years ago, so I don't know how sophisticated the Bluetooth headset I had was, and then immediately someone else on the team blamed one of the other people on the team, and so
Nice.
and then a couple other people jumped on, so I just let everyone think it was that person.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
And they became your arch nemesis.
No.
Or you became theirs.
They don't know it. They don't know it until right now,
Unknowingly.
and I'm pretty sure they don't listen to this podcast. So I think we're fine.
And that was just audio, not video.
No, it was just audio. Yeah.
So
Well, if it was
you're
video, I wouldn't have
okay.
been able to.
Deny.
I wouldn't have been able to deny it. But I also, yeah. And that's another reason why, unless you absolutely have to, you should definitely use some tape and cover up your camera all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that. We even have some. Oh, I wish I should get more. For a while, I had a little El Yucateco thing that stuck to the screen, and I had a slider so you could slide it out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, so you could cover up your camera and then uncover your camera. Speaking of El Yucateco, I guess this is a good time to give a shout out to our only sponsor, El Yucateco Hot Sauce.
Only.
El Yucateco. I think everyone this morning put El Yucateco on their breakfast.
So good.
Yes, yummy.
Even Mom, even you eat El Yucateco, and you don't usually like hot things.
I do, but I do like their
The jalapeno? Yeah.
Yes, it's very good.
So there you go. There you go. So, El Yucateco, the king of flavors since 1968. Go put El Yucateco on everything. If you're like my mom, then you like the jalapeno. If you're like Shannon, you like the chipotle. If you're like Nick and I, you probably dump triple X on everything.
Triple X.
Triple X, El Yucateco, not safe for work. Cause yeah. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Podbelly Podcast Network. If you like podcasts or you want to start a podcast, go to podbelly.com. There's tutorials on how to start a podcast, but also there's hundreds and hundreds of by hundreds, I mean tens, maybe dozens of podcasts on there. So you can surely find one that you like. Go there, podbelly.com. Go check out elucateco.com. Shop elucateco.com. Go put El Yucateco on your food. And then you know what? Take a picture, put it on the gram, and tag us, tag El Yucateco, and that will help us out. So thank you in advance
What's
for
your
that.
handle?
I don't know. Project X Reclamation. Same as our email. projectxreclamation@gmail.com. Email us with your ideas, your suggestions. Make fun of us. Ask us for help. Whatever you want to do. Hit us up there. Shannon, how was your week?
Fantastic as of Friday evening.
What does that mean?
Oh, it was just a long work week.
It was a long
But it was
week.
good.
Are you still working from home?
Uh-huh. For a long time.
What's the... So, I mean, you guys have a ton of buildings. So are they all just sitting empty right now for the most part?
No.
I'm guessing manufacturing is all still there
Yeah.
because they have to be, but...
Yeah, so we have like manufacturing, R&D, people like that, but rest of us are working from home. I have an opportunity, like I might be able to work from home forever. And Nick works from home forever.
So I'm wondering for companies like yours and even like bigger companies and some of these like Silicon Valley tech companies that have had everyone home, I wonder if they're going to start downsizing some of their facilities.
I don't know. I mean, I can only speak from our experience. Not necessarily downsizing facilities, but just future looking, not thinking like, oh, we need to hire 100 people. We don't need a new floor. Make them remote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Coolio. I'm going to turn your gain up or something. Here. Hey, Dad, you want to join us?
Your tail. You're silly. Excuse me.
We're not talking about anything yet. We haven't decided what to talk about. I don't even know if we're going to have a topic on this one. This one might just be a free-for-all. Well, Dad, you have to talk into the mic, though. You can hold it if you want. Or you can just talk. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Whatever. So, Dad, how was your week?
It was long.
So you're like the only one of us that never, like, your work never really changed. You've just been going to work the whole time.
Yes.
Do you feel like in Santa Barbara, California, do you feel like things are kind of back to normal or not really?
Definitely not. No.
Definitely not.
No.
How many times have you been? How often did you used to go to Trader Joe's before all this? Before the pandemic?
4 times a week.
Probably. I mean, that's pretty much
Costco.
That's pretty much I used to go to Trader Joe's almost every day, and ever since the pandy, I have not gone to Trader Joe's once because I'll drive there. Yeah, I have a funny story about that too. I'll drive there, and then there's a line, and then I'm like, yeah, no.
But the line is like 5 minutes long. It's really not that
Not
bad.
ours.
It moves.
Not
No,
theirs.
we waited in yours yesterday.
But how far did it go?
You were lucky.
It was almost a cutting edge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that all the?
It was really fast.
It moves pretty quickly.
Oh, I'm still. You know what? It's. I don't even want to wait in line to go on a ride at Disneyland. So I'm certainly not going to wait in line to buy lettuce from Trader Joe's. It's not going to happen. Especially not when Albertsons or whatever Ralph's is like next door.
Yeah.
So or Sprouts. Yeah, Sprouts is good, and they don't have a line. You pay more probably to go to Sprouts than you do to Trader Joe's, but whatever.
What if they had cast members in line like Disneyland
That might work.
that would sell things to you?
So
Trader Joe's
With or
cast
without
crew
masks?
members are really nice.
Without, just to make it interesting.
Oh, okay.
Trader Joe's people
They'll
are
sneeze
very
in your
nice.
face on your way out.
No.
What?
Oh, I said the cast members at Trader Joe's would sneeze in your face on your way out.
I like people to sneeze in my face.
Even before COVID, no, thank you.
Ever since COVID, I just like to lick doorknobs and.
Trader Joe's is, I would say though, they're known for all their employees, in my experience, of being really nice.
Mm-hmm. They are really nice, and they can put groceries in a bag like no one else. I mean, it is like a real life application of the game Tetris. I mean, they fit everything in the perfect way, and they get it all perfect. It's fantastic.
I have a sad Trader Joe's story.
Oh, what's your sad Trader Joe's story?
Last Saturday, I went to Trader Joe's because I had to shop for Omi and for us. And,
You're going to have to speak up or get closer to the mic.
So I had no choice but to go to Trader Joe's. And I walked in and I said, and I was there at about 1:30, and I said, good morning to one of the employees putting out the bananas.
How dare you?
I guess it was good afternoon.
Yeah. That's offensive.
At least it was hello or something like that.
That's offensive.
And she just sort of lit up and she says, "You're the first person that said hello to me."
Aw.
And I said, "Well, I hope your shift just started." She says, "No, I've been here since 9 o'clock."
Wow.
How is that even possible?
Seriously.
Because people behind masks don't give a damn.
Well, Dad, I think this started before the masks.
Yeah, but you know what?
I mean, I was a nice person before, and I'm still a nice person. Those people are shitty people, and they're still shitty people.
I'm not even a nice person, and I go out of my way to say hi to people.
Well,
so.
I think a lot of people feel like they're behind the mask. They can just sort of hide, and they don't have to say anything.
Well, and I wonder if it has to do with the fact that, like, that person might not want me to go close to them and speak to them.
But you can say,
You don't know.
you could say hello though.
Yeah.
6 feet away, you could ask me to say.
You can. It's just different.
You gotta watch out with the moving that thing around too, though.
Sorry.
It's okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. You just go out of your way to say that. The funny thing is the facial expressions, because I like to smile at people and stuff, but I feel like when half of your face is covered, when you smile, your eyes have the exact same look as like a confused squint. A little bit when you take away the rest of the context of the face, so that it's like kind of like playing around with like, do I do this like creepy like eyebrow raise like hi?
I do find myself doing more of a like
You gotta talk with your eyebrows.
squinty, trying to make it look like my eyes are
Marx.
smiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Groucho Marx. I do like the rock eyebrow, lots of pointing, snapping, winking. I don't know.
A lot of Shooter McGavins.
Shooter McGavin, or like the Fawns. Hey,
So I don't know if any of you have seen it, but
what?
I guess
Happy
FedEx.
Days? Yes.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever seen that show. Actually,
What?
Happy Days.
Oh. FedEx and UPS both came out with the invisible masks, and I complimented 2 drivers on them last week.
Are they the
Like
face
they're
shield
plastic things?
No, they're totally invisible.
Oh, like they're not
all-
wearing them?
Oh,
Well, no, because they do have
I
for
said,
for
I
lip
said to
readers.
both of them, and they both had to think a minute. I said, "That's awesome, the invisible mask. I like that."
So wait, were those drivers just not doing what they're supposed to do, or did they both stop making their people wear masks?
No,
Well, the
pretty
UPS
sure
guy
they-
said he had his on his dashboard.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like you're supposed to wear the masks. Well, okay, originally, and
They don't ring a doorbell.
The science is spotty, but you were supposed to wear a mask when you couldn't social distance. That was the messaging.
Yeah.
So
Especially outside.
especially outside, because apparently sun UV light kills this thing immediately, according to Joe Rogan, who's a scientist. I mean, he has as many doctor degrees as
They're called
Bill Gates.
honorary doctorates.
No. He has as much medical training as Bill Gates.
0?
None.
okay.
I have as much medical training as Bill Gates. I am just as qualified as Bill Gates
Yeah,
to
but you
tell
haven't
you.
killed anybody.
Actually, you know what? I have more medical training than Bill Gates because I took
actually-
physiology, anatomy. I have a pseudo medical degree, and I've spent that time in hospitals. But anyway, it's not my point. My point was most of their day, because they don't ring the doorbell, they don't hand people packages anymore. They are just driving around. I mean, ours will wear masks sometimes when they come into the complex because they might be, and I think that's more of respect for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only
And if
word.
you hop into the elevator,
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they had to get in the elevator, so they'll wear one when they come into a condo complex. But yeah, there's no reason for them to wear it if they're just going like in a residential neighborhood. Yeah. Because you just get a little notification that says your package is delivered, or you just open your door, or your dog probably tells you when your package has been delivered.
Yes.
Yeah. Paige always lets me know when the package gets delivered. But
the explosive.
Yeah, same here. Same here. And I've noticed if they're small packages, they put them in the mailbox.
Oh yeah, we don't have that. I don't have a. Well, I have a mailbox, but not like you do.
Well, it'll be different for you.
It's a locked mailbox.
Yes.
And Ryman still hasn't caught on to the veggie delivery, which is a good thing because he comes at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's late. I heard that last time I was here.
That was funny.
Yes, you did.
Creeped me out.
Oh, like someone dropping it at
During
the
the
door?
hot, because we get farm fresh to you, and they during the hot summer months they deliver in the middle of the night. So they'll deliver.
So if the package sits on the doorstep
It doesn't.
for a few hours, because literally some of those vegetables, if they did it in the middle of the day, if you didn't pick it up even in an hour, some of those vegetables might already start to
right.
turn.
So wait a minute, I have a question. What is Farm Fresh to you?
Not a sponsor.
Sorry.
No. I'm just saying that we're not.
It's not a sponsor.
We're telling you about it because it's actually good, not just because they pay us money,
Right,
because
not
they
a
don't pay
sponsor.
us money. So
Not a
no,
sponsor.
go ahead. Tell everyone about it. No,
So-
this is one of tons of cool different options for this kind of stuff, especially if you don't want to leave your house or if you're not allowed to.
So I did two things when all the quarantining started. One, I decided I was going to try to grow my own vegetables, which of course
I think a lot of us did, and most of us suck at it. You've actually done pretty well.
I've done okay.
All of
but-
mine are dead, except for my jalapeno, my basil, and my rosemary.
But anyway, the other thing was I decided I knew that she got this anyway, so I tried it, and you can have them deliver. It's usually once a week, and you get to pick what goes in your box, and they're all fresh vegetables from around your area.
Is that just a local thing, or is it?
No.
Do they work with local people? But
They work with
you can use
local-
it anywhere.
They work with local people, and you can use it. Well, you can use it anywhere. Although, they ask you your zip code to see if
Yeah.
they have contacts there.
Is it? Is there like a website? Do you have an account?
Yeah.
Is that how you pick what you want?
Yeah, and you can pick whether you want all veggie and fruit. They have other things too that aren't vegetables or fruit. They have different foods. You can design your own.
customize, yeah.
Yeah, you customize your box.
Can you get any meat with it or no?
I think
Because
you
I know some of
can.
those farms.
I think you can. I would have to look on that, but I think you can. So anyway, I've been really pleased with it. It comes. Everything is really good and fresh.
No squeaky toy.
No squeaky. And it comes every Friday. And
That's cool.
yeah.
So what's the website for anyone who's interested?
I think you can look up Farm Fresh to You. If you want me to check, I'll go get mine.
Yeah, it's all right. It's close enough. I think
Well,
if you
also you
Google
can
Farm Fresh to You, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If you just search,
That's all I
Oh, wait, I have a computer right in front of me.
It's all organic.
Oh, yeah, it's all organic.
It's all organic.
well, and there's also other local. I know they partner with local farms.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the deal.
Anywhere anyone listens to it, you can just search. What is it? CCA delivery.
I don't know.
You could just look
I
like
mean,
a
I
farm
just
box.
looked this up. Yeah. I'm sure there's different companies that do the same thing.
There are a lot
Shannon,
of
you and Nick were looking at trying out some different food delivery services for like meal prep stuff. Did you end up just going with Thrive, which is just a market? What is Thrive? It's like Amazon for food, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we looked at those. We were not pleased. Because what we were hoping was, if we could replace some of our groceries or most of them, but for the amount that we got the amount that we paid for what we got, and the fact that we would have to buy groceries in addition to that, it just wasn't worth it for us.
Yeah.
But we also like to cook.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for anyone who doesn't or is like, I have no idea what I'm doing, those might be fine for them.
Well, and a lot of them too, there's a bunch of them, and a lot of them have a really good deal for your first month or your first
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to kind of try some out, it might be smart to just use it long enough to get the discount for the first week or the first month.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was one of the gals that I work with. She was like, Tim, can I have permission to pay for this one? It's like an app that we use But she goes, I've already used 5 different emails for 30 days each for the free month. She's like, can I just pay the $15? I was like, yeah, that's fine.
That's funny.
I was like, well, that's ingenuity though, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, she'd been using it for 5 months for free.
Hey, go her.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, it's thinking outside the box. Well, then one of the other people that works with me, she the doctors, whatever doctors she was trying to see, they weren't seeing reps. So she's like, so I just made an appointment as a patient.
I thought that was very smart of her.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty smart. So the website is just farmfreshto.com.
The number 2 or the TO?
TO.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no numbers. So that's cool. That is cool. Me, I don't use a lot. Well, I use a lot of Amazon, but I've been I signed up for ButcherBox right before all this crazy shit happened, and I've been very happy with them.
Nice.
They're great.
Do you feel like the price? Yeah.
The price is, I mean, you're not necessarily gonna say the price for the quality you get is very good.
Okay.
But if you're someone who doesn't really care that much about quality, like you don't need all of your meat to be organic and grass-fed and grass-finished and wild Atlantic salmon and all that stuff, then it's kind of expensive. But if you're someone who does buy all that high-quality stuff, then you're actually saving money. And it's amazing. You just get... And you can customize your box, or you can just let them choose. And then they have little additions and stuff. And so they'll have little... they'll run like during the summer, they did a lot of hot dog and hamburger kind of packages, and they'll always have here's our. But I think if you sign up right now, and they're not a sponsor either, but I think if you sign up right now, you get extra bacon and ground beef for life or something. So
I think that's kind of their ongoing thing.
that's always their thing. Yeah. No, they're not a sponsor either. These are all just things we use and we like, and we're telling you about.
Well, here, one more thing
Yes,
to tell you
go
about.
ahead.
My friend uses imperfect produce. So it's the produce that is not aesthetically
Oh,
pleasing
like the ugly
enough.
banana, or
or the weird carrot that looks like a fork.
Yeah.
And it's
or the sweet potato that looks like something you buy at an adult store.
Sure. So it's not.
I have shitty friends that send funny pictures. Sorry, guys. It is what it is.
Yeah, she loves it, and you can get a bunch of different stuff like the farm fresh tea. You can get honey and pasta or sauces or whatever, all that extra stuff.
What's an imperfect honey?
I don't know. I think that's just add-on. But the imperfect produce part of it is stuff that wouldn't make it to the shelves because it's not beautiful enough. But it's perfectly fine.
They could have a batch of honey that came out like a weird color, or maybe a little too dark or a little too light.
Cheaper, which is cool.
I have a friend also that uses that. She likes it too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you can make little dioramas out of your characters.
Organic or not organic?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It probably depends. I'm guessing maybe you could specify.
I'm not sure.
I don't think she cares.
She does not care. I don't know. I like imperfect produce in general. I didn't know that was actually a thing, though. That's good to know. That is good to know. So these are all things you can do to keep yourself positive when things suck. Get stuff delivered to your house. There was a time I needed to stop, and I did. But there was a time when I feel like I was getting an Amazon package every day.
Mm-hmm. I think that was most of us.
I think we were all on that bandwagon.
Feels so good though.
It does. It's
I don't know if it got quite that bad.
It's mini Christmas every day.
No, Tim definitely did get an everyday package.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I did start ordering things, but they would be things that if I could have gone out, I would have gotten.
Well, yeah, or things
Toilet
like
paper, Sudafed.
Well, yeah, and some of that is actually cheaper. We noticed. We're talking. I have a new setup right now. It has I have 4 mics, and I brought 4 mics, but I only have 3 cords, so I had to order a cord. But I'm going to be out of town, so I had it sent to Shannon's house. But anyways, the point is, I did it on Amazon because I could stop somewhere and grab one, but I think it would just be cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So I feel like a lot of I don't know. I've been listening to the Jeselnik Rosenthal Vanity Project, which is Anthony Jeselnik's podcast. They don't really have topics. It's just him and his best friend since college, just talking about stuff. But every show they have recommendation station, choo choo. So I know that during all this stuff, we've been. I think some people have been reading more, maybe digesting more podcasts. Maybe there's a new app on your phone, or Maybe you've been watching a TV show, maybe a show about crafting, whatever. So I just want to go around and see what kind of recommendations you guys have for people. Shannon, I'll start with you.
DIY.
All the way channel or DIY?
Specific channel?
DIY.
Do you have a specific channel or a book or an app or a YouTube person?
So there's a couple YouTubers that I love. One is called, and none of these people have any idea who I am, so go check them out. But yeah, XO McKenna, literally the letters X and O McKenna. I think it's McKenna. She does all kinds of stuff, little decor items, gifts. She builds her own furniture. She's amazing. She's a lot of like boho inspired themed decor. So is Lone Fox. His name is Drew. Not spelled like yours, Mom, but his name is Drew. I discovered a recent one that's super like farmhouse inspired decor, and she does stuff on a budget. Her name is Ashley Lauren, and it's Ashley, which is like IEGH.
Even her name is country.
And then the last one is Rachel Metz. That girl is a champ. She does all of her stuff like out of her garage. She is a not woodworker. She's a, what do you call it? What do you call a person who builds things with wood? Carpenter. She's a carpenter. I don't know if she's a carpenter.
So wait, when
by
does
trade,
carpentry become woodwork?
But maybe
is woodwork more
if
the
it's
fine
like
stuff?
Design?
Like using a lathe?
I would think you would answer that.
That's like, I'm kind of asking you, Dad. You should know this.
Can you write this down for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. You got me.
But yeah, all of them are really cool. And honestly, like we're in a place where
I can put all this stuff in the show notes, actually.
Tiny. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a very tiny outdoor space. We don't have a garage or anything, so I'm not doing any of the big stuff. But I made little homemade coasters that I'm going to give for Christmas presents the other day. I did like my prototype. So little things like that are things, I was telling Tim the other day, dollar store DIY is like a big thing where you buy crappy stuff from the dollar store for $1 or $3 and, or actually, what is it called? It used to be called the dollar spot at Target. Now it's called like
they have like
bullseye deals or
it's
something.
Usually when you first walk in.
Yeah, because it used to all be $1,
Can you
but
stop
now
hitting
it's like
the table, please.
now it's like $1 to $5.
Well,
But yeah, that's
it resonates through all three microphones.
So yeah, dollar store DIY and the Target discount right when you walk in. Those are huge.
There's like Dollar General.
things
There's
that
the
you can
dollar
do stuff
store.
from.
There's the 99-cent only stores. Yeah, so go find your dollar stores.
Yeah.
And
so it's those little things.
Well, plus Michael's also has all the
They have $1.
Hobby
Oh
Lobby.
yeah, they
and
have
then-
the deals. The I think the reason they do the dollar store DIYs is because it's cheap.
Well, and some of the stuff at the dollar store, some of the stuff at the dollar store is the exact same stuff, brand-wise and everything that you get at the grocery store or whatever other store.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's if you're making, coasters or whatever, it doesn't matter if it's not like the finest of quality.
No,
always.
right.
No, the dollar stores are great, and sometimes they have like usually their school section is actually pretty good, like pens and notebooks and stuff.
And they're like decorations. And
Well,
stuff.
yeah, and sometimes they even have like my favorite pens are those like is it the G2, the Pilot G2?
Oh yeah.
That's the best pen in the world, by the way. For all y'all who wanted about a good pen.
I like the the Energel.
Okay. For me, I've tried all of them. The G2, and they have the 0.5 tip and the 0.7. I like the 0.7 a little bit better. The 0.5 is like the super fine. It's almost like, I feel like it's so sharp it like cuts through paper. The 0.7 is a little better. But sometimes I guess the 0.5 has its merits.
If you need to write in small speech.
I'm a nerd. I don't know. Yeah. Well,
You're
what?
not a sponsor.
Oh, no, they're not a sponsor. We don't have any sponsors except for El Yucateco. El Yucateco is the only sponsor. I have some people who I want to sponsor my show. Butcher Box, I'm talking to you. BetterHelp, I think they'd be a good sponsor for our show. They sponsor a lot of podcasts. I think it's an app.
Oh, for
it's
counseling,
for
right?
counseling. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cool because I guess you fill out like a questionnaire, and then they come up with a list of counselors that they think would be customized to help with your issues. And then I believe you can set up like Zoom calls or phone calls, and I think you can even text them if you want to. And I don't know what the cost is, but anyways, it seems like a cool service. I haven't checked it out personally, but I think there's nothing wrong with needing a little help because we all need help, especially now. I think.
No.
When you finally sober up from your pandemic beer-soaked whatever, and you realize you're a little depressed and maybe you need a little help, there's nothing wrong with getting help. And sometimes that's an easy way to do it, especially because I don't know what, especially depending on where you live, I don't know what things look like right now as far as like making doctor's appointments and whatnot with people. So, again, not a sponsor.
Also
but hey,
DIY.
Also DIY. DIY. How do you DIY your counseling, Shannon?
I mean, I guess it's just talking to yourself.
Just record it.
Nick, what are your recommendations?
Wait.
We good?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
listen to that deep baritone sexiness. It's like compound butter.
Better than the original.
Yes.
I don't know what the original would be.
well, I'm here to talk to you about miniature painting and all that nerd shit. No, I've been fortunate enough. Like, I'm built for this type of thing where we can't go out and do anything. It's been wonderful for me in a sense that all of my hobbies just keep on going, like playing video games, painting miniatures, and stuff like that.
You've been getting more adventurous with eating and cooking a lot.
Yeah.
What is there anything? I know we talk about this a lot on the show, but as far as like trying to up your cooking game, do you have any cookbooks, YouTube channels, anything that you've been using for inspiration?
No, everything I do is original. I don't. No, actually, huge shout out to Maddie Matheson.
I love Maddie Matheson.
His new cookbook just came out, Homestyle Cookery. I highly recommend getting it.
Well, and he's done a bunch of, because he had, usually his show is a train wreck, and his YouTube show is always a train wreck.
Oh, yeah.
But in the best way possible. But he kind of like switched up the whole format. I think it was to advertise for the book. Like he had a whole new intro and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like family cooking.
Yeah.
It's just like pictures of his
Shannon
kids
loves
and
the
stuff.
intro. Yeah.
It's great. Well, I love how he, like, and there's a couple other people who do this, especially now that they're always cooking from home.
Yeah.
But I love how he uses his kids.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
maybe he just has one kid. I'm not sure.
No, actually, they just gave birth to their third kid. Yeah.
But I think it's just his oldest son that he has on the show. Usually.
Yeah,
He's
MacArthur.
like, hey, come taste this.
Yeah. Actually, Just a Dash Season 2, Episode 1 came out on the 14th. Go watch it.
All right.
They make a pizza, and it's just absolute chaos.
Oh, it's 100% chaos.
Yeah.
If you are interested, if you like Maddie Matheson, I don't know. I'm sure he's been on a bunch of podcasts, but I was listening
Powerful
to...
Truth Angels.
What's that?
That's his podcast.
Oh, okay. But I was listening to him on Andrew Santino's podcast, which is called Whiskey Ginger. And he just it was cool because it's kind of like, I like Whiskey Ginger because Andrew Santino's a pretty chill guy, and they just end up talking. But listening to some of Maddie Matheson's stories from when he was younger,
Oh my God.
And he doesn't ever hide the fact that like he's probably, I think he's sober now, but he used to be an alcoholic and he did a lot of drugs,
a lot of acid.
But he was just telling me like, because he got famous really quick. And was he from Montreal? Is that where he's from?
Yep.
And so he was basically running 2 or 3 restaurants. So he was basically a king in whatever, like the downtown area. So he said he could go to any restaurant, any bar. He never paid for food, never paid for alcohol.
Yeah.
And people would come in. He talks about like what his like Coke dealer coming in would bring girls and go to the restaurant. And he's like, I'd have to like feed them dinner or whatever so that he could give me cocaine. And like, but now he's just a good family guy. But he's got a crazy story.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm sure that he was blowing up like in his own circles long before like I started watching him or
this was this was like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but
and I think he's probably in his 40s now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's huge now. I mean, not just physically, but also in popularity.
Jesus. Yeah, and he's done. Oh my God! I've talked about like It's Alive with Brad. I love It's Alive with Brad.
I love Brad Leone.
Brad Leone's good, but Maddie and Brad are good friends, and so they've done some collaborations.
They go noodling,
and one of their collaborations is a 2-part show of them going noodling for the first time and watching Matt.
Oh my God!
Clearly, I think Brad grew up like hunting and fishing and stuff, so he's pretty comfortable with all that. Maddie Matheson obviously did not, because watching him go noodling and stick his foot inside like a catfish hole is one of the funniest things ever. And also like just because I don't know, him walking around, he's like tattooed from head to toe.
Yeah.
But he looks like that's the first time he's taken his shirt off in 10 years. But yeah, funny stuff. So
yeah,
Maddie Matheson's good. Any other ones?
Babish. Binging with Babish. He actually just.
Again, he's a guy who collaborates with lots of other.
Yeah, well, he kind of recently rebranded himself to the Babish Cooking Universe, the BCU.
Okay.
And he's getting more chefs on his shows and putting out different episodes. So it's not just binging with Babish or the basics or anything like that.
Well, he's not even actually a cook. Like, he knows how to cook, but he's just self-taught.
Right. And he's really clear about that. Yeah. And his collaborations, like when he's with other chefs, he's like, you guys are the chefs. I just like to do this shit for fun.
I watched him on Bon Appetit does one of these things. I forget what it's called, but it's they have a chef and a not chef. And usually it's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And their stations... They both have cooking stations and they have the same ingredients, but they're back to back, so they can't see each other.
Yeah.
So the chef is trying to explain to the not chef what to do with the ingredients.
Yes.
But some of these people are horrible. I think one of them was like it was Marlon Wayans.
Oh,
and,
was it?
And it was Molly from Molly Tries or whatever, where they just give her like scavenger hunts, and she was teaching him how to make I think they made what do you call that stupid thing where you do the French style scramble and you put it back inside the egg and then you put caviar and like whipped cream on top.
Oh yeah, something.
Whoa.
Jean-Jacques egg. There we go. Jean-Jacques. Yeah, I think he's a chef that owns restaurants in New York. Something fancy like that. So I think it was a John.
Restaurants.
It was a Jean-Jacques because she made a Jean-Jacques ostrich egg.
Whoa.
It looked cool,
That's
but it was
huge.
disgusting apparently. She had to make a bunch of ostrich eggs. She had to make an ostrich egg like an egg McMuffin with an ostrich egg.
So
She
Jesus.
had to make the English muffin, and then she had to and then
breakfast pizza.
kind of Well, actually, I think that's exactly what they did. I think they all ate it together.
It's ballsy for people to open up restaurants now. I know that there are some people who are actually opening restaurants right now during the pandemic.
Well, and a lot of them are opening it in ways where they're totally pandemic friendly too.
Yeah, I think that's important to do that because I'm pretty sure Sam the Cooking Guy just opened up a new restaurant down in Seaport Village.
There's another one. I think we talk about him all the time, but yeah, he's another good one.
Yes.
And if his knife ever becomes available again, I will get notified. And
I get
I'll
so
order one.
jealous. I get so jealous when I see people.
Well, I already put my
sometimes.
name on the waiting list, but it's been there for like months already.
Oh.
Because he came out. They just came out with probably a month ago. They came out with a new run of them, but then they were gone before they were.
That's not surprising.
No. So yeah. All right.
Yeah, but that's cool. I think given what's going on right now, it's inspired a lot of people to start cooking at home. I know
I
that
agree.
you're sharing things that you're cooking amongst our friends, and it's just really what's turned into just a really nice hobby has turned into a massive competition to get the approval of one of our friends who actually does do professional cooking.
The funny thing is, I don't even think he knows that, and he doesn't even see that. He has no clue.
But he can't.
Well, yeah, but he started it just to be like. I think he just wanted to share. I don't think he's not. I still think he'd rather post pictures of his fish tank than anything.
Yeah.
He themes his fish tank to whatever holiday.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I think one of you mentioned this.
I
thought it was like a turtle or a frog.
Well, he has a turtle.
Yeah, there's a turtle in there.
His Crush is a turtle, right?
Yeah.
So he has a little turtle, but there's fish in there too.
Oh, okay.
So that means it's a saltwater tank?
Well, I want to see a picture sometime.
It must be. Oh, wait. What? Oh, Shannon will show you pictures. How about you, Mom? Have you? I know you like to read. You listen to podcasts. What's been keeping you distracted or engaged lately to not go down all the rabbit holes of shit that some people have been doing lately?
So, well, like I said, especially in the summer when we weren't teaching because we couldn't have summer school, I started gardening. That's right. And found a gardening podcast and found out all the things that I was doing wrong, which was actually really good. And then I do like...
What's the gardening podcast?
It's Joe the Gardener.
Okay, there you go.
And he's very good because
what was his recommendation station? I'm sorry, it's still Jeselnik's name. I have to call it something else. I have to think about that. Keep talking.
Okay. So what I like about him is that he really is talking to a home gardener. He's not talking to people that, know how to garden really or are professional gardeners. So that, and then I do like DIY. I started watching, cooking shows and was doing more kinds of cooking and baking and things like that, like the rest of the world.
You had a good, what was that? Like an almond flour. You did like an almond flour muffin recipe. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I found that, I think, online, because I go online and look for things that I see, see people cooking. So those are probably the two things, and then organization, because that is my also little passion.
Do you have any like YouTube channels or podcasts for organization that you like?
Well, I haven't watched on YouTube, but I did the whole Marie Kondo thing like the rest of everybody. And
Thank you for your service.
Yes. And I found the home.
Isn't that what she says to say when you throw things away?
She does. Thank you for your service. Now I'm giving you away. And I found the home edit, which I know, isn't exactly for regular people all the time, but they have some good ideas there. And just things like that at home, and just, being home. And I have done some reading. Of course, when school started, then, more of that type of stuff, which also distracts you.
Distracting is good, I think.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Dad, what have you been doing lately that's different?
Same old.
Come on, there's got to be something. A television show that you like? You've watched a few television shows lately. You've recommended shows to me.
Yeah.
We watched what was
Eureka
that?
is excellent.
Eureka's good, and that's all up on I think Netflix. Amazon.
Amazon.
Wasn't that on sci-fi?
Yeah, it was on Sci-Fi. Yeah. If you liked like Warehouse 13 or any of those shows, it's kind of similar to that.
Utopia
was fantastic.
Yeah.
If you watch Utopia though, like make sure you like don't have distractions, because that is its own distraction. You have to pay attention.
It is, yes, you do.
It's like at least a 3 or 4 to 1.
Like you have to watch each episode 4 times?
No, like there's about 4 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Each episode.
Oh, wow.
It's so intense. Yeah.
All right. What recommendation? I don't know. I always give recommendations. And most of you guys stole my recommendations. I would say Sam the Cooking Guy is a good one. Oh, you know what? If you guys like, I don't want to say unboxing videos, but there's a guy who has a YouTube channel called The Crazy Russian Hacker. And he orders a bunch of stuff off of Amazon, and then he like puts it to the test. But he also does like at home like science projects and stuff. And he's like a crazy Russian hacker. He's like, and he's got 3 dogs. So if you like if you have dogs and you like dog stuff,
life hacker?
What?
Like a life hacker?
Yeah, like a life hacker. Yeah.
What is a life hacker?
Like life hacks are like different little tricks. Shannon, I don't know. Help me out here. Shortcuts.
Yeah, like simpler way to do things that you might not have ever thought of.
Yeah, or like some of them also involve like was it something about like I don't know. There's like a way to use a zip tie for some other
finding like everyday ways to get around doing like difficult tasks or menial tasks.
101 uses for duct tape.
Exactly.
Yeah. It would be 101 life hacks for duct tape.
Yeah, 100%. You just change it. It's exactly. Like or like how you could use duct tape to like remove lint from like a sweater.
Or it could even be like time hacks.
Yeah.
Like, when you're trying to do a task, schedule this certain amount of time before you move on to the next one, or blah, blah, blah. That was
but then so some of the stuff he does, I mean, he calls himself like a hack because he'll find like different ways to use things and easier ways to use things. But then he also does a lot of like, well, I ordered these 5 Amazon things, and now we're going to see how they work. Or he'll pick like 5 or 6 of like one type of thing and see which one's the best. Another one that I think they have a company called BattleBox, where you can sign up for. They have a bunch of different. They have different types of boxes, but it's one of these things where they get you get a box of random crap that they think is that you'd like but it's a lot of like survival, camping, outdoor gear. But they started a show, and they have a bunch of stuff on YouTube. But they started a show, I think, on Netflix. What is it, like Southern? I wish I could. I'm gonna have to put in the show notes. It's the 2 guys from BattleBox and then their little crew, because they like, let's say they want to put like a pocket knife or a hatchet or a fire starter or something in their box. What they'll do is they'll test all the ones that they think might even be good, and they'll put them through just a litany of tests. And they have a whole. Nice. They bought a farm down in Georgia where they have like open space, like they can like light shit on fire, make things explode. Like they even have a pool because they were testing like if you drove, they were testing the window breakers and seatbelt cutters for if you were to like drive your car into a river. So they actually did this. They actually had a pool and they lowered the car into the pool and figured out which things to use that worked the best. So that show's really cool because they just try stuff out. Or like they had a bunch of like fireproof stuff, or like one was like if you're in an apartment or a second story or third story building. So they tried like there's like some backpack that has like a grappling hook and like a little repeller thing.
Nice.
And then there's the one, I mean, you've probably seen those ones. It's like a ladder that you can hang out the window if you had to escape, if you couldn't go use your elevator or whatever. So that show's really cool. And I think I forget what it's called. Southern something. I might have to check it out. Somebody talk while I look this up.
So I like your DIY. I like those.
Well, Shannon's made some pretty cool. You've always been into that stuff. You've made some pretty cool DIY stuff.
You have.
I just haven't. I can't even tell you how many, like hundreds of hours I've watched since April, but I've made like 2 things.
Well, still, I used to like. I mean, I don't have access to it anymore, but I used to watch the DIY channel. Now with YouTube.
Is that like an offshoot of like some like HGTV or something?
I think so. I mean, it was its own thing, but it was HGTV was one, and the DIY channel was another one, and yeah.
You know who else is really interesting is that one dude who used to be a NASA engineer, and then he became a YouTuber. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? He made this squirrel obstacle course.
Wow.
Oh my God, you guys haven't seen this guy? His name is Mark something. He's so interesting. And then there's the guys that have the show where they just drop things.
Oh yeah.
They have like a 6-story so they're Australian.
Isn't that Gallagher?
No. Although that's interesting. No, so they teamed up with this guy and he had to design, and he used, what do you call that program that they use to like for physics and stuff? You would know.
I would.
They designed it's like a computer program. It starts with maybe a C.
That simulates physics?
Yeah, so like it's for like engineering. So like if you were gonna design something, it would show you all the like
some type of CAD.
I mean,
CAD program. That's
AutoCAD.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
SolidWorks.
Is that just a type of program?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's it. Yeah, that's all. I don't know.
So they do it to test things.
Yeah, so like they wanted him to engineer a trampoline that could withstand a car being dropped onto it from 6 stories.
Oh my God.
And bounce it without breaking or hitting the ground. So essentially what he did is he came up with, I think they did like a steel frame, and I think they used 150 or 200 garage springs and sheets of Kevlar. And they ended up dropping like Atlas balls, water balloons, Atlas balls, a car, a boat.
And everything bounced?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Let me see. But he did this way. He had these squirrels kept eating he put out bird feeders, and the squirrels kept eating the bird food. So he designed a squirrel obstacle course. So if the squirrels could get to the end of the obstacle course, then he figured they deserved the food.
If you worked hard enough for it, you get it.
And sure enough, dudes, these squirrels are pretty gnarly.
Nice.
Squirrel obstacle course. Oh, Mark Rober. Mark Rober's his name. Very interesting. I recommend it. I mean, I don't think we could recreate, but he made like a giant super soaker. He made he filled a pool with Jell-O.
Nice.
He actually filled the pool with Jell-O, not just like, because a lot of times people will add the Jell-O to the water. But he made actual Jell-O. He had to do it at the right time.
Yeah.
At his brother's house when he knew that the night would be about as cold as the refrigerator. So then they got boiling water in a bunch of different things, and then they pumped the boiling water with the Jell-O into the pool, and then overnight it was about the same as a refrigerator. So by morning they had a Jell-O pool.
So
that's amazing.
Walk on it, or
well, no.
Did they jump in it?
Yeah, they jumped into it. But the cool thing is, he invited all the neighborhood kids over to come play in the Jell-O pool.
Did anyone get stuck? Sorry.
I mean, they all kind of got stuck a little bit, but you're not completely stuck. You can.
Like, it's not like you jump in there and all of a sudden you're in the middle of the Jell-O pool and you just suffocate.
No, because it kind of breaks
I
up
would just
once
be
you.
nervous about like being stuck under it.
No,
you eat your way out.
Well, I mean, we're talking like 5 to 10-year-old kids, so I mean, they had a fantastic time. But I think the first kid that jumped in, like belly flopping on that, seems a little painful. A little painful. Yeah. So that's Mark Rober. I recommend him, and he made like a giant super soaker. and then he played. He had a battle with all of his kid and all their kids and all their friends.
Nice.
They all had normal ones. And then he had this. It was like this big, and he just turns it on. It's just like ah. So
that's amazing.
That's pretty much all I got. But you have something, Mom. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I think a lot of people have done this, but I think we've all done this, is people are making a point to connect with friends, family, like over Zoom if they can't be together, or having your own little quarantine or your own little bubble of people that you can connect with, because even when you're doing all these things, being alone so much of the time can be hard. So I think that's important too. That's been helpful for me to stay in contact with people too.
I agree. One, like it was Grandma's birthday, and we just got her a little Facebook thing.
Yep.
Portal.
Not a sponsor. But
it's pretty cool though. It's
really
like
good for her.
Do you want to explain what it is, Shannon? So yeah, if you have like a grandparent or something, or a parent, and you want to give them something for if they're not really tech savvy enough to like to accept your FaceTime calls or your whatever calls. There's a thing called a portal. Is it made by Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's from Facebook, so you have to connect to either Facebook or WhatsApp. And you can do video calls. You can also do a lot of other things, like they have story time.
What's that?
I looked at it last night. So one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books was Hop on Pop. And they have the words on the screen, but then dependent on what character is speaking, it gives you like a hat or hair to look like that character.
Oh, weird.
So they have that kind of thing, but we're just using it for video calls. So it's really simple. You can set it up. Again, from Facebook or WhatsApp, and it goes off of that. But it's so crazy. It like when you're on camera calling somebody, it follows you, or like if you're on your own at first, and then like 5 people stand behind you, it zooms out so that it catches everyone. It's very high tech, and there is a switch where you can actually cover the camera, which is really nice when you're not using it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's a digital picture frame.
It's a digital picture frame. It's cool for someone who, and that way we set it up so that literally you can call her and be like, "Hey, Omi, we're gonna call you on the picture thing, the picture box,
the picture
box, and then all she has to do is just press the little accept button, and then she's good to go." Maybe I'll just call it Project Recommendation. How about that?
Hey,
there you go.
It was in front of me the whole time, and I didn't even see it. Project Recommendation. It's brought to you by no one. Well, it's brought to you by us. These are all just our recommendations. So go out, go learn something, go do something, go get better at something. I mean, we all have the time right now, so why the hell not?
Yeah.
You want to learn how to make. I'm like, Sam the cooking guy. He for his 2 million subscribers, he made the 20-pound burger. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then he made a 5-pound meatball sub or something like that. But most of the stuff he makes is pretty practical and it's pretty damn good. Yes. But
yeah,
we were just talking about this. Yeah, was it yesterday because he makes his recipes his own, and then sometimes he gets crap from the purists. He's
oh my God, yeah.
You can just fuck off.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to do this the way I want to do it. It's like you go open up a restaurant and then you go and come tell me how to make my food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like I put pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon in the ground beef. You guys seem to like it.
It was good.
Seems to work. Who knows?
Made me sick. No, I'm kidding.
Shut up. Shut up. All right. Any final thoughts from anybody? Braving the pandy. Stay safe.
Pick up a hobby.
I like it when people say that they're being sincere, but I think people have been overusing it lately. And it's funny because I was listening to No Agenda and Adam Curry was talking about it. He's like, yeah, I just don't really like it. And he's like, I never know what to say. Like, thanks. Okay. And then the other guy on the show, he goes, I have the perfect one. He's like, what is it? He goes, well, let's role play. He goes, all right, man. Well, it's been fun. Like, blah, blah, blah. Stay safe. And he's like, fuck off.
There you go.
I just thought it was funny.
Well, that's one response.
I think,
Well, I think he was talking about people saying it that aren't sincere about it. It's just, but I think people mean well. I think they just don't know what else to say these days. It's like, stay healthy, stay safe.
I just say I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
well, I also think it's what this whole thing we've been talking about is, keep living your life
Well, I think
Even if
that's
it's a little
the
bit
most
different.
important part. Yeah. Because I mean, let's be honest. Yes, there's obviously some there. You know, the CV is out there. It is what it is. But at the same time, I mean, there's a million things that could kill us every time we leave our house, or not even leaving your house, and you can't let that not let you live.
Right.
Especially if that means that you're not living means just sitting at home being depressed and drinking or doing stupid or whatever. Although it was interesting, I heard that like the dog bite cases are up more than ever, mostly dogs biting their own owners. I think because so many people adopted dogs, and a lot of those were probably people that adopted dogs that maybe they have no business owning, because some dogs require certain levels of knowing how to treat. Like,
yep.
Well, and you have sad.
Well, it's kind of funny, really. I mean, if they're not serious,
sad for the dogs.
Sad for the dogs, yeah. I mean, if you give someone like a Belgian Malinois and they don't know how to own a Belgian Malinois, like that's not going to end well.
Nobody should own a Belgian Malinois.
Some people should.
Yeah, if you have 100 acres and you're not near any roads.
Well, that's true.
Then that goes for what they always say is research the kind of dogs before you.
And if you don't know, but and I mean, if the shelter dogs, like who knows? We don't know what they are. Most of them are mutts. Yeah. So that's about it. That's all I got. So go check out. I'll try to put as much of this as possible in the show notes. Go check out lucateco.com, shop lucateco.com. Go check out podbelly.com. Go pick out on podcasts. Go learn something, people. What was the tagline from, was it NCIS New Orleans? Learn things. Go learn things. Bye.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.